Michael Cole has been watching the day's events in Memphis.
Thousands of people milled around the gates of the singer's home, trying to push their way forward to get one last glimpse of his body. The police let them in hundreds at a time, while the thousands still outside pushed and crushed forward. The lying-in state was due to last 2 hours, but it was extended by 90 minutes in an effort to allow everybody to walk the 300 yards to where Presley was lying in a silk-lined coffin in the hall of his home. For many, it was all just too much. Friends tried to comfort fans who'd waited 20 hours to pay their last respects. Even those on official duty were affected. The heat and emotion took a tremendous toll. Red Cross workers tended more than 200 people, young and old, suffering from heat exhaustion or simple fatigue. Some people had to be taken to hospital as the temperatures got to over 90 degrees Fahrenheit. The police did their best to help those trapped in the crowd.
You need a medic down there? Okay, we need a medic. Need a medic outside. Outside of the gate near the street.
One woman collapsed after waiting nearly 10 hours. It seemed as if it was a heart attack. First aid workers tried mouth-to-mouth resuscitation in an effort to revive her. They failed and she was taken to hospital, where later she began to recover. There was hysteria in the crowd, caused by the crush and by disappointment. At 6:30, police began closing the gates of the mansion, explaining that the Presley family wanted to regain their privacy. The viewing of the body was over. The decision provoked a bitter reaction from those who'd waited in vain.
This is a very private matter. The family would like to spend some time. You have to understand that.
This morning, the mausoleum where Presley's body will lie was literally surrounded by flowers. More than 1,600 wreaths were sent from all over the world, many from fan clubs in England. The tomb, which is bound to become a tourist attraction for Presley devotees and followers, is in a side room off the main chapel. Already the myths are being manufactured. I've met fans who say they're convinced he's still alive. And articles attacking the man have been written, saying that he believed he had supernatural powers and he would be reincarnated. That notwithstanding, his body will be interred in a coffin weighing 900 pounds, made of copper and lined with steel. The undertakers won't reveal its price, but like everything else in the singer's life, it's a superlative.
The funeral cortege itself was another spectacular. A white hearse followed by 10 white Cadillacs, Presley's favorite make of car. The procession, which started more than 90 minutes late, moved along Elvis Presley Boulevard, which was lined with people 10 deep in places. Several Hollywood stars and famous country singers were among the mourners. At the end of the 3-mile route, Presley was interred, dressed in a white suit and a blue shirt and tie, presents from his father last Christmas. And from a monetary point of view, the king of rock and roll should rest easy.
Elvis Presley's British fans have also been paying their tributes. The London branch of the Elvis Presley fan club held a memorial service at Christchurch in Cockfosters. Clifford Luton was there.
Several thousand Presley admirers turned up, and it was impossible to park anywhere nearby. So many people arrived that the vicar held a second memorial service later. For most of those there, it was clearly a moving occasion.
It's just so fantastic that you've all come. Just don't believe it. But I just wish you weren't here. All I would like to say is that we have sent a very large wreath to Elvis in the shape of an E.
And for a singer who'd reached the height of his fame nearly 20 years ago, it was a surprisingly young congregation.
Someone slipped and fell. Was that someone